Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do some lists. I have a few different lists I'm going to be working on throughout the year of 2026. There's at least one that's kind of a new style of list that I'm going to be working on. The rest are ones that I've done in the past. In my reading journal, I have a book bingo right here. I haven't filled it out yet, but I do know what I'm putting in every square. And for my book bingo, I'm actually going to be putting book titles, and I am putting the book titles from these 3 lists that I have. So I have a list of 12 books recommended by 12 friends. I have a list of intimidating reads, and I have a list of rereads. And so I'm just going to go through each of these lists and tell you what is on them. Let's start with the list of 12 books recommended by 12 friends. Some of these I have, some of these I do not own yet, but I plan to get them. I also might be doing a thing where I wrap them and use a spinner wheel or some way of choosing them randomly and not knowing which one I'm going to get. But for now, I just have them on my cart, and I have about half, maybe a little more. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of them, and 4 of them I don't own yet, but I'm going to be getting them. So the ones that I do not have are Slewfoot by Brom, recommended by my friend Jamie. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, recommended to me by my daughter Abigail. Hooked by Emily McIntyre, recommended to me by my friend Brittany. Let's see, and the other one is Elysium by A.J. Whitney. This one is not released yet. It is the second book in a trilogy that I read the first book that came out last year, and the second book is going to be re-released at some point early in 2026, I believe. And so when that comes out, I'm going to be reading that one. That one was recommended by the author, my friend Amanda. Let's move on to the ones that I do own. I have Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen, recommended to me by my grandma. I have 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim, recommended to me by my friend Kirsten. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, recommended to me by my daughter Hannah. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Yun, recommended to me by my friend Katie. We have The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek by Kim Michelle Richardson, recommended to me by my friend Erin. How do I have 2 copies of Water for Elephants? I don't know what happened there. Becoming Elizabeth Elliot by my friend Jenny. And I also have one more, which I seem to have misplaced. I don't know where it went, but that is Appalachian Song. I can't recall the author. That was recommended to me by my friend Cassidy. For my next list, I have 6 books that I would like to reread in 2026. These are all ones that I've read before, obviously. It looks like the most recent one was one that I read about 2 years ago. All of the rest have been further back than that, at least 3-4 years ago. There's a couple that were like 7 or 8 years ago. I'm just gonna go straight down the pile here. First one being The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I loved this when I read it a couple years ago, so I want to reread that. The next one is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. I've actually read this one like 2 or 3 times. I've seen the movie. I wanted to reread it already this year, and a friend of mine is trying to get a group of us to all buddy read this together this year, so that would be really fun. Next, I have Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I now love octopi because of this book. I need to reread it. Next is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. I've actually only read this specific book in the Harry Potter series like 2 or 3 times. Probably like 3 times. It's the one I've read the least, and I'm in the middle of rereading the Harry Potter series. I am on book 5. By putting book 7 on this list for 2026, hopefully I will actually finish the series this year. We'll see. And then I have The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. I need to reread this because when I read it the first time, I almost DNF'd it, and then I decided to try it again, and I picked it back up. I did finish it. Was not thrilled with it. I think I rated it 3 stars. Got rid of the book, but then like I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. It's still one that is on my mind every so often, and I'm like, I need to reread it, so I had to repurchase it. Gonna reread that one. And lastly on that list is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. This is one I read probably the longest ago besides Redeeming Love. I didn't like this, really. It was okay, but it was my first Grady Hendrix book. And I've since read a lot more Grady Hendrix, and I've really enjoyed his books, so I want to go back and reread this one to see if that feeling of this book has changed at all. Hopefully it has. And then lastly, I have a list of intimidating reads, and I'm debating on if I'm going to pull all these books down or not, but probably not. Okay, so on my list of intimidating reads, I have 10 books. I will put them on the screen. So first off, I have My Dark Vanessa. I have heard about this one, was kind of interested in it, but I found it at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, so I grabbed it, and I know that this one is kind of nippy book for people to like or not, so that's on this list. Then I have Behind the Beautiful Forevers. This is one that I would have never, ever, ever chosen to pick up and read voluntarily, but I was in a book club that would send books through the mail, and I did start this one, and I was actually really enjoying it, but I didn't get through it in time and had to pass it on early, so I happened across a copy of this book once and grabbed it up, and so now that's on this list. The next one is Roots, which I kind of talked about when I did the book haul that this was in. This is a very thick book, and my grandma was surprised I had never seen the TV series for this book, and so we ended up watching the newer series, and it was really good. And then I came across the book that it's based off of, so I got the book, and it's like massive, so that's on this intimidating list. Then I have this book S. I don't know anything about it. I used to know a little bit, but it's been on my shelf for so long, and it's something about S stands for the Ship of Odysseus, I believe, or something like that. The book has the story, but then there's also all these printed annotations that is another story about the people who are reading this book. Super interesting, super different. Never heard anyone actually talk about having read the book though, so it's on my list of intimidating reads. Then I have Finding 13. I really want to read this, but I am a little bit intimidated because everybody seems to really love it, but then there's also those that I follow who have said they can't read it, and so I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. Next is Ghost Station. I just talked about this in my tops and bottoms of 2025 about how I read S.A. Barnes's first novel and loved it, but then I read Cold Eternity and I really didn't love it, and so now Ghost Station that I have on my shelves is kind of like a tiebreaker book, so I don't know which way it's gonna go. Then I have Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. This one is one of several books of hers. I have a good handful of them on my shelves, but this is the one that's least liked, and so I kind of want to start with this one, and I'm a little worried that if I don't like it, it's going to taint my feelings about trying to continue and try more, but at the same time I'm hoping that I won't let that stop me, but then maybe I'll like it. I don't know. Just that iffiness makes me a little intimidated. Next is Wuthering Heights, which I picked up last year, and I really have been wanting to read it, and I knew it was going to be a kind of a difficult read. Well, I've already started this one, and it's gonna be a difficult read. I am not very far into it. Next on the list is Out of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis. This is just one I've heard that it's amazing by so many people, but I literally have no idea what it's about, and it's not something I would gravitate towards at all. But I found a copy and I want to read it, and I just have no idea how that's going to play out. And the last one is Butcher and Blackbird, and that is because I've heard a lot of buzz about this. I know it's kind of on the darker side of romance, and I've never really delved into much dark romance. So even though this is not very dark, it's gonna be different from me, and I'm interested. I hope I like it, but I don't know if I will. Anyways, those are all the intimidating reads, and those are the 3 lists of books that I'm gonna try and work through this year. We will see how that goes. I'm not really sure how it's gonna play out. But anyways, that is all I have for you today. If you have any projects that you're going to be working through this year, please let me know about those in the comments down below, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.